And welcome back to Owl Watch. It's
We're
a little,
back.
yeah, a little bit different being in this setting. It's been about what feels like a month. But that
Yeah.
is Ken over there, and I am Don, and
Hello.
we're back, baby. Like, this is normal now,
Oh,
at least for a week.
I'm so excited. Oh, thank God.
No more stress of competitive right now. No more just stress after you play 4 games, you don't get any heals.
Heck that.
Yeah,
I'm
especially
tired of it.
because the two healers you normally play with are in your party.
Exactly. Well, thank you everybody for joining us
Yes,
again.
thank you so much.
I know it's been a little weird. We did pick a horrible time to start doing this.
Yes.
Um, but we're here. We have some stuff to talk about tonight to kind of get back into the thing and the groove and feel it a little bit, you know? Feel like we're at home and normal and stuff.
For at least a week.
Yeah, just about that. On the up and up, I got my most of my PC stuff in the mail today. Finally got to order that.
Woo.
So coming soon, it'll be a lot easier. You'll be able to see us play on PC, and then it'll be my road to getting to being
25.
able to do. Yeah, whew, that'll be fun.
It won't be too bad.
I think I'm gonna switch from tank and just go straight DPS and not learn a single tank on PC. Just totally ignore tanks and healers
A,
and
a lot
only.
of the skills transfer. It's just you got to get used to now doing pretty much everything on your left hand except for look around and shoot.
I mean, that's pretty.
It
Eh.
it depends on the hero. Like,
Mercy's gonna be weird because I just figured out how to like pharmacy really
oh
well.
no, she's super easy. Well, not all right, not super easy, but like left and right click is damage, heal, whatever direction. You can use scroll wheel to change between gun and staff,
Okay.
which is super nice. And then it's either going to be shift or E, your left shift or your E. So everything's really like close together.
True.
And then spacebar to jump. So your
Oh
thumb,
yeah, actually, that's not that bad.
yeah,
You're right.
thumb's not doing anything. So if it's your left shift, I don't remember, I haven't played in PC in a while, but if it's your left shift, like you can
To
kind of just,
jump to
yeah,
people,
you can
yeah.
kind of just hold that. Um,
That's nice. Oh, would you look at that? That's great.
yeah, so you'll get used to it real quick.
Yeah, it's just gonna take a little bit, especially seeing as I've been a console shooter for
Ever,
ever.
yeah.
Yeah, I never formally made that switch. I played Metro, the Metro series on PC, oddly enough, but nothing else.
Metro's a very difficult game, so
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
fair enough. But
Um,
all right, I think we should jump into our topics today, and unfortunately, we have to start off with some sad news. Um,
Uh, on August 17th, an Overwatch player of the name Sung Jae, or known as LifQ, passed away. Um, his father had posted stating that he was in heaven now. Um, kind of giving the best wishes. Everybody seems to be doing that right now as well. Um, but he did say um, that he would be in full of good fortune. So, it's a tragedy he died. There's no real info that we saw on why he passed, but we figured that's best left. That's family stuff.
yeah,
So,
just send your love and support to that family going through this tough time. I mean, he was our age. He was 25, so
yeah.
that's tough for a parent to go through that, and a very talented member of our community. So, thoughts and prayers are with his family and everyone that knew and loved him.
Yeah, so, rest in peace. No jokes there, no memes. So, but we want to let everybody know about that. Um, on to, I guess, a slightly happier topic, depending on who you like. Fissure has officially left and joined Seoul. We saw in the playoffs that he was benched due to him pretty much stating that the rest of the team was not practicing to full effect, was not really getting into it, not doing what they should.
Yeah,
And team didn't like that, benched him, put in iRemix, which we had talked about before on his performance during it, all that kind of stuff. But this kind of in my mind at least, kind of proved what I thought to be correct of him being done with that kind of stuff.
Well, there was also a part of it in this article that I'm looking at that
Mhm.
Fissure would become very volatile towards his teammates and not defending or saying anything negative about his actions and how he handled everything. But I think that was a lot of the reason that they were just like, all right, we just need you to go do your own thing, send you off to where you want to go with an all Korean team, and everyone's going to be better off for it. I'm glad to see he's still in the league,
Absolutely.
but
He didn't seem like he wanted out of the league. It seemed more like he wanted.
a better situation for him,
Yeah,
which is fair.
he did say for a while though that he wanted to be on an all Korean team.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big thing. Um, but it's one of those things. I was thinking about this when we originally talked about how we don't know what he was like in the locker room and all that. There's this weird rivalry in hockey between the Kings and the Flyers because the Flyers got rid of all of their good players and sent them to the Kings because they didn't like them in the locker room. And then the Kings became the Kings. So it's one of those like we've seen this happen to where we know that if you're good, you're good.
Yeah.
And it's almost worth, again, we don't know how he truly was in behind the scenes. So if he was horrible, like truly bad, whatever. It's almost worth sucking it up. If it's,
Yeah.
the skill's going to be there.
I mean, the Patriots have done this for years, taking players who were known to be kind of a little cavalier in their attitude and getting into trouble, taking a risk on them and basically saying, if you don't do what we want you to do and be a good person, just don't cause any fights or anything like that, then you're gone. That's as simple as that. And it seems to work out for them. So hopefully in this situation, one, it doesn't happen. He's in a situation he wants to be. He doesn't have to worry about that. And two, he plays to the level that we expect of him. He was a great main tank.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is like it wasn't like Joe Schmo who was like your fourth backup tank,
Yeah.
If your like intern forgot to come in that day, like it's your main tank. Like
You can't go very far without a main tank in a professional setting. It's tough.
it always kind of breaks down to what it seems like you need a main tank, a main healer, and a main DPS. The other three you can kind of play around with.
Yeah.
But you need that core three to really work correctly. And getting rid of that, we saw that happen in the playoffs to where they're playing with their backup tank, and the team strength was weakened because of that.
Mm-hmm. It's very easy to do. I mean, they built up this rapport between the players for months and months.
Yeah.
And now when things change, things go on the wayside and communication's not there, positioning, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
So glad to see him in a position that it seems like he wants to be in, and hopefully he'll succeed in the future and help Seoul become a better team.
Hopefully what we thought they were going to be. Because I remember when this started, I should say Overwatch League started, me and you were both like, Seoul's going to sweep, just call it, wrap it up.
Yeah.
No point to watch.
Yeah.
We know Seoul's just going to win and it's going to flop because it's going to be such a crazy, win difference. And we were both entirely wrong.
And extremely happy we were wrong. Not that Seoul wasn't as good as we thought, just other teams were better than what we expected.
Yeah, like, at the end of the day, with how we saw it come out, right? Like how the league played out, New York was the number one team for the season, for the regular season. Postseason, we saw that it was London who ended up winning, which was out of nowhere. Like, they're a great team.
Yep.
I mean, no disrespect, but that came out of nowhere. And the biggest rivalry would be between the two LAs, who would essentially run the entirety of the Pacific, All-Star game. Like, it was pretty much just them.
That was pretty funny when they put in the entirety of LA for, I think it was day 2, second map. They just subbed in all of LA.
It's amazing. But
well, it was just Valiant. It wasn't even all of LA. It was just Valiant. They put Valiant's basically starting roster in. And they lost. That's the best part. Nothing against Valiant, but you have your main core. And we'll talk about this later. We're going to get to the All-Star game. But yeah, no, I expected the LA rivalry to happen because that's the only spot where you have two teams in the same area. and they're going to try to fabricate a rivalry there. Whether they actually fabricated that one or it just naturally grew, I don't know. But that was going to happen. I just didn't expect New York to be as good as they were, the field to be as bad as they were. Really, anybody who made the playoffs, I didn't really expect, because I expected Seoul to be there, like, and just running it.
Yeah, like
I didn't expect Boston, like, to be
was out
a
of nowhere.
3 seed. I think, like, they were one of the top seeds, so
Yeah,
that was nuts. But
that was just the whole thing was weird, and like I do hope now that like we'll see. We have all these other teams coming in, and we heard it a lot through the All-Star weekend, just because they were able to get a lot more interviews in.
yeah,
That every player was like, no, you'll practice scrims for hours until your eyes are bleeding, and you'll know every which way to go, and just you'll have every map known perfectly to where you could draw it,
yeah.
pixel for pixel. As soon as you sit down, you're like, what? How?
What
when
do?
does it turn on? How do I put? Who's the lady on the screen?
Yeah,
Help, please.
I need an adult.
But I think this season is going to be a little bit bloodier. Just we'll see some more stuff.
Everyone knows what to expect, except for the 6 new teams, but they're going to be fine.
Yes, they're going to be fine, but we don't know if anybody's going to be traded to the new teams.
Yeah, we have nothing on contracts. We have nothing on new players that are auditioning or trying out. We still don't know the last 2 teams. We still haven't confirmed Paris or Toronto.
Yes, they're
in limbo as far as we know.
Yeah, I haven't seen really anything.
Yeah, me neither.
So that'll be fun to see. It's the thing that worries me is like I know we're still in August, but we're at the end of August, and it's like
I think there's the free agency window starts in like a week.
It started this month.
I think September 9th is when you officially can sign people. Free agency started where you can talk, but I think September, I want to say 9th, or maybe it was 6th, was when signings could happen.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so we'll see that. Once we start getting that kind of information, we'll be able to give it to you guys as well to be like, hey,
yeah,
Bill signed to Seoul for X many dollars for this year contract as a blah blah blah.
If we get that information, I mean,
true.
We have no idea.
Yeah, that's gonna take a little bit to see. Hopefully we can get that. I think we should be able to. It shouldn't be too hard to get. But yeah, no, I think going into this season, I think we'll see more of Fissure doing some crazier stuff. So like, because he's on, no pun intended, Seoul, and he'll be in the setting he wants to be in. But I feel like if this doesn't work out and he's still volatile and like is not happy, this will be his last season if they don't do phenomenal.
Yeah.
I don't see him staying if it's anything less than that.
Most likely. But I do have some of those dates now. Did a quick search, which we should have done a long time ago, just never did, I guess. So August 1st, the signing window opens for existing teams. September 9th, the inaugural season contracts end. So the 1-year contract that everybody was on, that officially ends then. And then September 9th to October 7th is when the expansion teams can sign free agents. That's what I was thinking of.
Gotcha.
And then October 8th, the free agent window opens for all teams.
Okay, cool. So they're doing it well then by letting the...
They have first pick, basically.
Which is great.
Except for existing players. Because teams can still re-sign. Like, if Siegel wanted to re-sign with Dallas, he could have.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's basically...
Okay. So once we get that, we'll be able to see... I wonder if they're going to be doing... Kind of like how football does, where they do that big, like, draft thing, where they're like, here's everything.
Well, they're not... It's not based on a draft. It's not like there's 100 people that they can choose from, and then each team can pick X amount of people per round or whatever. It's just free agency. So you can have 5 teams talking to you. One team's offering you 5 years, $500,000. One's offering you like 1 year, $10,000, and you can pick what you want. I think that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah. Well, I get that. I know there's no draft per se.
I would love to see a draft.
Yeah, they have their like
That'd be fun.
contenders and this and that, but like I would love to see just like a signing event. You know what I mean? So like the people that
We
are in
may
free agency,
may see that.
see that's something to where I think we talked about it in private, the all access pass for Overwatch League.
Hmm.
I think that if they included that inside of that pass, I'd
Buy it.
buy that in a
Done.
heartbeat.
Yep.
Just one, two, three, absolutely, you know.
That's a lot of information that if you didn't get anywhere else, you had to have the pass. Then yeah, I'd definitely do it. But I don't know. We'll see. I would love to see like one year you really couldn't do this, but it's like, all right, nobody has any players anymore. We've got these 16 teams, and we're gonna have a draft lottery. So like, everyone picks a number. We'll assign you a draft position and flip it around a couple times, like throughout the night, and you build your roster that way.
That'd be fun.
That'd be nuts. Definitely could not happen because we're already too far into it.
Yeah.
But that would be insane.
Well, you never know. You know, we're adding more teams, and we've talked about them adding more divisions as well. So they may do a big restructure in the future. You know what I mean? They may issue out like a referendum.
It'd be tough to do because everyone's kind of, even after a year, they're all right. They have their core.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to add on to it. You don't want to get rid of, like, New York doesn't want to get rid of Jonak.
Yeah.
Especially unwillingly.
True.
That's the problem.
Very true. Yeah, that might alienate a lot of the teams and just go, all right, we're done then.
Yeah, that's kind of neither here nor there. But
yeah,
fantasy.
But you know, you never know what'll happen. They may do that for the All-Star coming up, you know, for next year, because I believe every party involved loved it, to where they were just like, this is the most fun we've had all season.
Oh yeah, because you get to play all of the crazy game modes that we as just bystanders love to play every once in a while, like mystery heroes, 1v1s on really any hero, not even just a widow, like all of that fun stuff. And now you get to see pros do that.
Yeah, I was thinking today, just through watching Seagull stream, a 1v1 Pharah thing would be great.
That would take 10 days, and I would watch all of it.
Yeah. Well, because they
Worth it.
did this stuff for, like, Widow, with, like, oh, well, the Venom Mine does no damage.
Headshots only.
Yeah, headshots only, this, and that. I would love to see that. You know, get rid of Farah's, like, fuel when she's flying. You can just hold down, you know, like...
That would be nuts.
Yeah, stuff like that.
No AoE damage, only, like, actual hits.
Yeah.
Poof.
That'd be fun.
That'd be nuts.
Or, like, a pharmacy game. Like, an actual pharmacy game, so it's, like, teams of 2. Oh.
I would love to see for next year's All-Star game, like, either capture the point or do 3v3s, like 3v3 lockouts.
Yes.
Those are always fun. What are the game modes that we had?
Cool.
On a paintball would be super
love
nuts.
that.
I love
You
on a
talk about
paintball.
that at least once a day. You're
It's
just
so
like,
much fun because it's 2 teams of 6, only Ana, only your normal gun, and it's one-shot kill. So basically, you're just on edge the entire time, running around praying.
That's great.
It's so much fun.
I'd like to see them bring Capture the Flag into the league, though.
Oh yeah, if they don't do that, I'd like to see an All-Star game. But I think like that'd be a good tiebreaker. Like,
Yeah.
we're in overtime. They
Capture the Flag, you know,
Yeah.
it comes down to this. Because that's where, like, your meta doesn't really matter.
doesn't matter at all.
It becomes this weird, like, well, you're going to use Lucio, you're going to use Mei, and, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Torbjorn suddenly is a thing, Symmetra is a thing, and it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, no, that'd be fun to see. Who knows? It might get announced. They haven't really made any announcements on season 2, really, except for apparently some dates. But
I'm thinking at this point, it's just going to turn into nothing, and then it's going to explode, and then one night we're going to sit here for 4 hours, like, just going through lists, just like...
yeah, no filler content, just a whole bunch of notes. Like, all right, we've got this stuff going on.
So this happens here, this is going to be happening here, this... I need a break, you have to read now.
Yeah.
Help me.
That's definitely possible. Once they figure out what they actually want to do, I imagine they're waiting for the last 2 teams to be announced really all of the teams to be official.
Yeah.
And then they'll
This
be
is
like,
the
all
name.
right, we've
This is
got
the
some news.
yeah.
This is what we're doing. Or they're still trying to figure it out. I don't know.
I don't know, because with there's always contingencies like if we do really bad, this is what we'll do. If we do really good, this is what we'll do. If we do normal, this is what we'll do. But this season was like, okay, we did phenomenal.
It was a massive success.
What do we do?
Yeah, everyone hold on for dear life.
Like people are clamoring to become a part of it now. People are clamoring like at a civilian level, like how we play of like, well, what do we do next? Well, I like this guy. Well, I like this guy. Well, you know,
It's turned into a major sport. I mean, you've got people actually starting rivalries just from teams, or people doing podcasts about the league and only the league.
It's stupid.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would do that, but they're doing it.
Yeah. A friend of mine who does some high-level marketing was telling me how a lot of large companies now are creating a substantial budget for esports. And I'm not talking like companies like, just from argument's sake, like Mac, Samsung, blah, 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 all that. I'm talking like Fox, NBC, CNN, like all these huge, like,
yeah, major corporations.
Yeah, they're now are like, okay, so TV's been dying. We now know why TV's been dying.
Yeah, there's another outlet.
Yeah, it's like, okay, let's move here. So I've heard some good things that in the future there's going to be a lot of money going towards esports and creating more stuff for esports. So I don't think it's going to be that crazy. During the playoffs, Don was over. You guys saw a stream. My dad called me, who's 55, and was like, hey, that game that you like, it's on ESPN2. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm watching the NY team, the New York team, play Philly, and there's a lady on the screen shooting. I don't know what it means, but I like it.
There's a blue Pikachu doing things and a red Pikachu over there doing things, and maybe that one's a Charizard.
Yeah, but he was like actually into it, like, oh, this is this. I was like, yeah, no, this is that. This is the New York team I was telling you about. They're playing Philly. We're in the finals. Blah blah blah. It's like, oh wow, this is really cool. And like ESPN has devoted ESPN2 to having an esports segment now.
Yeah.
And not a quick like, oh, like this happened. The Call of Duty did the blah blah blah. Like an actual like, here's a caster's desk to go over this, to go over that.
Yeah. No, it's definitely expanding, and it's great.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Who knows where it's going to be in 5 years?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm very happy about just the expansion as it's moving.
Yeah, because you see, like, 6 new teams are coming. You went from 12 to 18. I mean, that's a huge expansion to undertake just after 1 year.
Yeah.
Like, you slowly see, like, the NHL will add a team here and there. This is the first expansion team in the NHL since, I think, the 90s or maybe the early 2000s.
Something like that. Yeah, I think we lost a team somewhere in there, like one of those weird ones.
They moved. Like, the Thrashers moved. Atlanta Thrashers moved to, like, Winnipeg to make the Jets again. The second coming of the Jets. But, like, we haven't had a new team in the NHL for a long time.
Yeah.
And for the Overwatch League to add 6
in one shot.
Yeah. And then who knows, after season 2 they'll probably be like, all right, we're open for another 6.
That'd be great.
Like, that'd be nuts.
Most likely within the first 5 years. So we have year 1 that we just watched. So up to year 5, see it expand like this. At least 2 teams, up to probably 6, who knows, maybe more. But I think once we hit year 5, we'll see that stop. That like slow down.
Most likely. But even when the NHL was new, it wasn't as rapid as this. So I imagine they'll probably get to their, say, I don't know, 24 teams, 30 teams, wherever they want to be, and then sit there for a little while. Yeah. And maybe one team wants to back out, they bring in a new one. Whatever happens. But
yeah,
I think it's going to go quick within the first 5 years.
Absolutely. This will be a weird thing. I know we had talked about you with teams, just like being a big Seagull fan. And how I had joined almost blind, just being like, well, I'm a Kings fan. Let me look at Valiant. I like that.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It's like, I guarantee we're gonna see a thing where you're like, well, they have a Detroit team now.
Oh, I've already told you that if they have a Detroit team, that immediately becomes my number one. And still gonna like Fuel, even though Seagull's gone. Like, I love Mickey.
Mhm.
Mickey's just a good dude, it seems like. I'm still gonna like Valiant.
It's just, yeah,
Like, it just Detroit now becomes number one. That just is what it is. I didn't have that option available to me.
yeah. It's one of those weird things, but we'll see. We will see as the league progresses. Um, yeah, no, I think that pretty much sums up Fissure leaving Seoul.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got here, but whatever.
That's pretty typical for us.
True. Um, so in other news, before we get to All-Star Weekend, something that I, as a fanboy of Diva, am excited about is there is a Diva event going on.
I'm super excited too. I'm not even a Diva main.
It's the Nano Cola Challenge, as Blizzard calls it. Sure.
Well, I think they showed that in her cutscene, or what do you want to call it, the short, animated short, which is why it makes sense.
They called her a gamer when she first came out. They were like, Diva's
She's a
gamer.
professional gamer, yep.
But everybody made her a gremlin, the like Dorito
Mountain Dew.
like Mountain Dew injecting gremlin that she is now, and they fed into it hard.
Oh, yeah. They already had a platform. They're just like, all right, well, we're just going to keep going.
Yeah. So there's two parts to it. The first part is in actual gameplay. When you win 3 games during this in the arcade mode series, you get 2 sprays. When you win 6 games, you get a new player icon, which I'm assuming says Nano Cola, but I can't read Korean, so if I'm wrong, I'm very sorry. And then if you win 9 games, you get her Nano Cola skin, which is pretty neat, which you can see in the short on like the cans and stuff. So
Yeah.
that's pretty rad. The second aspect is via Twitch, and there are participating streamers, and there's a bunch going on from August 28th to September 10th of 1, 2, 3, 4, a bunch of people. I don't feel like counting right now. Where if you watch them, depending on how many hours you watch, every 2 hours starting at 2 up to 8, you will get different sprays, which is pretty rad. So with that, it's not a specific one, or rather the not sponsored one, I should say. You can watch any of the streamers during that time period, and you'll be able to see it. My thing would work. There you go. I've linked the link for it because I couldn't think of the right word.
Nailed it.
To show who's streaming, all that kind of stuff, the days they're being spotlighted and all that. And it'll have a little bit more in-depth stuff for you to be like, hey, this is this. All of the the sprays are Diva Chibi, and I need them all.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to work, like where it says 4 hours, 6 hours, and 8 hours, they have multiple sprays there. Do you get all of them, or do you get one of them?
You get all of them.
Okay. I didn't know if it was going to be like you have a lottery once you get to those, if you get one of the 2 or 3.
No, it's like when you get to...
When you get to 4, you get both of those. When you get to 6, you get both of those. All right, cool.
Exactly. Because it's up to 8 hours. It's not like watch 8 hours constantly for 2 weeks. It's just once you hit 8 hours across this 2-week period, you've unlocked all of them.
Sweet. Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to be watching a lot of Seagull, probably some Kefri, Aimbot Calvin in there, just to get to my 8 hours and get all the sprays. And then you and I are going to have to play a bunch.
All that stuff, yeah.
Oh, you might not get it for PC.
I'll get it for PC.
Well, you're going to have to... We're going to have to figure out a time to build it quickly then.
September 7th, you said we're building it.
Oh, is that when it is? All right, cool. We'll get them that weekend for you.
I will win. I do not care. I will get my 9 wins, get that skin, and then call it a day. I don't care.
Let's do it.
Or I'll go to Blizzard and be like, look, I have it on my PS4 account. For the love of God, put it on mine.
Oh, the linking does not do anything for you. Because like my personal PC account is linked to the PS4 account. Mm-hmm. And it's like, all right, cool. That's it. It's like, I don't get my level. I don't get like the skins. No.
Yeah, that was annoying when we had switched to PC I'm sorry, PS4.
Yeah.
For the little break from this that we had, just because it was like, cool, let's do comp. Oh, you're level 4.
Cool.
Oh, when's
Yeah.
the season end?
Tomorrow. Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No, that's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. We'll both be on that and just go from there.
Yeah. I mean, we should be able to get you back before the next comp season ends.
Literally from the 7th until I get the Diva skin, I'll get there. Because I doubt
works.
I'm going to win 9 in a row. Like, if I do, it's just like, well, I'm throwing the PS4 away. Only playing on PC.
Do it.
Literally email Overwatch League, be like, I just won 9 games in a row. I'll take nothing less than $100,000 a year.
Preferably for the Valiant and only the Valiant.
Yeah. Soon has to be my personal coach.
Well, are we going there now since you mentioned his name?
No, never. I'm done for the night. I don't got anything else.
Oh, we're not going to be talking about the wonderful Battle of LA part, 5?
9?
17?
Sure. Take it away.
All right, well, we started with Lucio Ball, which I'm not a huge fan of. Rocket League Light, I guess.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool to see professionals do it, but it still looked awkward.
I had a weird, I guess you'd call it a fever dream the other night, because like I was asleep, I had like 2 blankets on and my air wasn't on all the way. It was like 90 degrees and I woke up and like looked like I jumped out of a pool, to where for some reason I dreamed about playing Lucio Ball against my will, but Lucio was on a bike the whole time.
What?
Yeah, it was really weird. I don't really know what happened. It was very uncomfortable.
That's uncomfortable to hear.
It wasn't fun. I didn't like it.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
Kind of done with that. So Lucio Ball's dead to me now because it just makes me scared.
Well, watching professionals play made it one skosh better. And that was it.
Good use of the word skosh. My grandma would be proud.
Thanks. But Atlantic won that, which was whatever.
Throwaway.
Basically. Then we had one of my favorites, 6v6 Mystery Heroes. Yeah, no comps.
Which they got rid of the thing to where if you didn't like your hero, you would just hop off the edge.
Yeah, they got rid of that a long time ago.
I didn't realize it did because I don't play it very often.
Yeah.
I heard that players were hopping off the edge trying to switch. They weren't getting it. So then they're just down like 4 people. It's like, we just lost the point.
Yeah, no, they got rid of that like months ago, I think. But that was fun to watch because you'd have like, I want to say at one point the Atlantic had 5 supports, like 2 Brigittes, 2 Moras, and a Zen or something like that. And then they had like a Reinhardt, and they just could not be taken off the point. All the heals, and you have all of the damage supports. And it was just completely unfair in the way that it was random luck. It just is what it is. You can't really argue that.
All the extra armor.
Oh, it was nuts. But to me, that was extremely fun to watch because I love that game mode.
Yeah.
There's no thinking about it. Like, oh, what can I play here? It's like, all right, I'm Reaper. I guess I gotta go do Reaper things now.
Yeah.
And now I'm an Ana. All right. Have a grenade.
Yeah. So that was pretty rad. I enjoyed that just because it was fun seeing the people that we've watched play this game seriously as a job have fun with it again.
And the trash talk. Oh, the trash talk was amazing.
I was getting ready for the M rating, honestly.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
You mean like an NC-17 thing? It's just people cursing in like 3 different languages.
Oh, it would have been nuts. But like, it was fun trash talk too. Like, it wasn't like you're ugly and like stupid stuff like that. It was more just like.
I know that was just an example, but don't use that language. This is family friendly.
Truth hurts.
That was a little too much.
But like at one point, I think they were playing before 6v6 Mystery Hero started, and they were asking Custa like, "What do you think your odds are?" And Custa's like, "Well, they're all just tank players, and we all know tanks aren't the most mechanically skilled players. So like, Should be pretty easy for us.
Shut up, Custom. I liked you. I like you.
Oh, it was great because I didn't expect any of that. I didn't expect any trash talk. I expected just to be like, maybe from the talent, like the announcers and stuff. But
it seemed like they, like the regular games are very scripted, not the gameplay, but the like coming out, the talking, the this and that.
yeah,
This they were just kind of like, all right, you're gonna play Overwatch, and that's it.
everything else just figure it out as you go. Have fun.
Yeah, like oh, okay.
Yeah, that so much fun to watch and just
do.
Go, if you haven't seen the All-Star Weekend, go back on their Twitch and watch the VODs for it because
it was such a good time. It was just a fun time to watch.
Oh, absolutely. They're solid. Like the first day was 6 hours, and the second day was another like 3 hours, something like that. But it's worth it. You can skip around, do whatever you want, but like it was just a lot of fun.
It's definitely worth the watch, just to see what it was about.
Yeah, even just put it on the background, just listen to it, have some fun.
The one thing that I enjoyed a lot, because it brought me back to my Call of Duty days, which I'm ashamed to say, is the Widow 1v1s and just the quick scoping the whole time and just the like nonsense.
All the dancing around. Oh, that's so much fun.
They said too that all of the players turned their sensitivity all the way up. So when they would do this, it really made them go, Hua!
Yeah. Well, you could see that. Because, all right, well, we missed that the Atlantic won 6v6 Mystery Heroes. Forgettable when you're talking about the 1v1s, but it has to be mentioned.
Yeah.
But you would watch them, and they'd, like, somehow get into a close quarter situation, and nobody knew what to do, kind of. Like should I shoot? Are you going to shoot? I'm just going to, like, move my mouse really fast back and forth so you don't know what I'm doing, and it's just so hard to tell what's going on.
Well, it's like they're also trained too to where it's like, oh, I'm playing Widow. Oh, I'm stuck in a corner. Okay, I have the machine gun to help me escape, and then I'll wait for my hook to come off cooldown and like, move away. It's like, oh.
Got no SMG.
Yeah. And the Venom mines did no damage, so they couldn't even do that to be like, well, Venom mine and spray damage, and it's like, oh, it's ticks. So either they die or they run away, whatever.
Oh, it was great. Headshots only. Body shots do nothing.
It was great. It was so pretty.
They turned off capture point too.
Yeah.
So it was somebody had to kill the other one, and that was the only way the round was ending.
So great.
It was so much fun to watch, and I'm glad that they had the Atlantic side have 4 people, and they do their thing to get a finalist, and you have the Pacific side with 4 people, and they do their thing to get a finalist. So it wasn't just like, oh, we have 2 people from Atlantic, whoops, type of thing.
Yeah, no, that was very smart of them. I very much enjoyed that it was Battle of LA 3629.
Mm-hmm.
Now, y'all know I love Soon. I got his jersey and everything. And it was great watching it. It was, I was screaming.
Soon was having so much fun with it.
He's so reserved. Like, every time I watch him play, like, it's just very quiet, just like...
That's a 10K. Nice.
Yeah, okay. Great, awesome. Game wins, they won. It was like perfect. The enemy team couldn't even get out of spawn. It's like, okay. Just a very quick.
GG, fam. Yep.
Right. But this, just watched him scream and yell and just have so much fun. I
think each round when he was in, he got the first kill, and then he looked up at the camera and like started shooting it. I was like, oh, Soon, I love you.
That was so funny. But that brings me to my main point. Let me fuck myself.
Do you need a moment to remember it?
No, I know the moment. It's the how to not curse while saying this that's like, it's hard. How the heck are you gonna get spawn camped for the last kill? How are you not gonna expect a random shot in the face from the spawn? In the at the end of the semis, how are you not gonna expect that?
Can you back up now, please? Thank you. I'm so sorry for everybody listening. We should have had a warning.
No, they had to feel my pain. Like, I can't be a Valiant fan anymore. Time to throw away the jersey, just wrap it up.
It is what it is, man.
I mean,
At least Surefour
he
went
did
on.
LA proud.
Yeah, he really did. And he was so nice, and like all of the times they talked to him afterwards, it's like, oh, everyone's really good here, and really proud of everybody here, and it's a lot of fun, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was great.
Like, oh, this is the best. I'm so proud that, LA won it for the Pacific, which I get to say. My LA, but LA.
You didn't have to specify, just LA. Just
Yeah.
let it be that, and then if somebody asks you a question, just look away.
Who
Huh?
from LA
What?
won?
Huh? Oh, they want me over there? Okay.
Goodbye.
Yeah, no, it was. I think all of them except for maybe two went to a final kill. Like it was all
Yeah.
tied up going into the last one.
Yeah.
Which,
It was very fun to see that it wasn't just like
7-0. Bye. Moving on to the
Yeah.
next one.
That was fun. I have to say though, arguably the most fun I had with it was watching the casters play.
Same.
The trash talk, the broadcasting, their comms like to the stadium. Oh,
Well, you had Bishu and Custa were in the booth with one of the players not playing for either side, depending on it was the first game or second game. I think Golden Boy was in there at one point, but
yes.
all the trash talk beforehand. They did their own outros or intros, sorry, when they're actually like running out and having
They're so
fun.
great.
They had like the reinforced carry, so he was carrying the other players out. It was amazing.
10 out of 10.
And then you get to actual gameplay, and it is okay.
It was very okay.
It was just it was funny because they were also just doing dumb stuff. Like, yeah, they played some Goats comp and stuff like that, but you had Torb for a little while. You had Sims, Sombras. You're just throwing out random stuff, and just they were having fun with it.
I really enjoyed the running gag through the whole thing of don't die to the Torb mallet. Just don't die to that. Please stay alive. Don't let it happen.
Yeah, you can't live that down. And it was close a couple times.
I believe that actually happened in day 2, which I'll let you handle that. But that also too, shout out to Malik for using controller, making us console players proud. Even though you did delay the game because the controller wouldn't work.
The handicap, though.
Yeah, everybody was just like, "Ooh, aim assist."
Yeah. Well, he was playing. I think he was playing a tank for most of it, which helps a little bit depending on what tank he's playing. But still, that's hard.
Yeah. Oof. But yeah, no, they ended up winning. That was great. God bless the Pacific.
Yeah, Pacific brings one back finally. And they brought out second place ribbons for the Atlantic. So much trash talk, so much hate,
So good.
but all the love. Like everyone was just having fun. It was so much fun to watch.
I still don't get how Zoe got
MVP?
MVP.
I don't know.
Truly understand.
I don't know.
'Cause that was just I mean,
she
even she was like, why? I don't,
if anything, who was playing Doomfist for a while there? I always forget his name.
Puckett.
Was it Puckett? Yeah.
Because it was Puckfist.
Yeah, he could have. I would have given it to him. Semler could have had it because Semler was playing great for a while. Reinforce.
Diva bombs were great.
Yes. Reinforce, the actual pro player who was supposed to carry everybody, didn't really do all that much.
Yeah.
He was doing a lot of the stupid stuff, like he was playing Torb, and I think he played Sombra at one point, Sim, like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But really, it was just he was doing his own thing, and the Pacific team, the core, actually just outplayed the Atlantic.
Yeah. Which was funny, and I like that they wouldn't let it go.
The
That they just
entire night and
constantly-
into the next day, just a trash talk.
Which was great.
Oh, they need to do that again, 100%.
Yeah, they were all talking about that though. Players, the casters, they were like, "We want to do this again." Like this was just so much fun.
I think they need to have like a mid-season break next year and do something like this too. Just be like, all right, everyone calm down, have some fun. Like if they were to take a summer break or something like that, Just have this be one of the things in the middle of that summer break, just for a little bit of fun, some content.
Yeah,
Just, all right, everyone enjoy.
that makes sense. I'd like to see that. That'd be a very cool thing to see, like, running on of, like, well, Pacific won the first one, and now Atlantic won the second. So now they're tied up. Who's going to break the tie? You know, that kind of thing. Plus, too, it'll be cool to see in the future. I have a sneaking suspicion that some of the players that we're seeing are going to be joining as casters. So we're starting to see certain players get picked more and more often.
And to now,
like that, I believe Custa, we've seen a lot of casting as well. The other caster whose name I totally forgot that was with him as well.
Fissure from the
Fissure.
Glads.
Yeah, he was. I know he's done a lot of stuff. People really enjoy him, you know, doing all that. So.
Yeah, no, I definitely like to see the pro players, if they were to retire, come back as a caster and do some stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Just give another set of insight.
It's a shame that Seagull can't, because I would love to see Seagull do that kind of a thing, you know, cast.
I don't think he'd want to. I don't think he wants to actually be in front of the camera. Even when he's streaming, he doesn't have a face camera or anything like that. It's just him talking.
Yeah.
But I would love to hear his insight, which I imagine once the season starts, he'll talk about it a little bit on his streams.
Well, absolutely. There's no reason for him not to. You know, it's a very easy topic to go on to, and, you know, him as somebody that was a pro can be like, well, when we did this, we did blah, blah, blah. That kind of a thing.
Yeah, no, it's always good to hear that. I think at this point they gave out the Dennis Havelka Award, which I believe the idea behind it was a player and a commentator who passed away about a year ago, who's friends and teammates with a lot of the people in the Overwatch League, and I think it's more so an award based on kind of who's, I'm gonna say the happiest, but doing the most to keep the morale up and things like that.
A good face for the league, somebody that, you know,
Yeah.
makes other people happy in it, is a good positive force in the league.
Yeah.
Promoting like sportsmanship, teamwork, all that kind of stuff.
That was given out to Mickey of the Dallas Fuel because he is always smiling and joking around and having a good time. And I couldn't think of anyone more fitting for that kind of an award. So congrats to him, and thank you for giving the Dallas Fuel something for the season.
They got one, Don. They got one.
Maybe next year's our year. I don't know.
Who knows? We'll see.
But then we end. What's that?
I was going to say, we've seen weirder things.
That's very true. Then we ended out the night with the lockout elimination, which was pretty fun, but somewhat forgettable with everything else going on. I don't think that needed to be the last thing of the night, but
yeah, it was. Well, the last thing was the Widow 1v1 finals. I skipped ahead a little bit.
Yeah, because they did the finals at the end. Also, for some reason, on the actual Overwatch League page, it shows that happened the next day.
That's weird.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that definitely happened that night, but whatever. But no, it's the thing is like they had these like random lockout things, like we were talking about the mystery heroes, the lockouts, all that. And it's like that's neat, but seeing the Widow 1v1s, that's like a cooler thing. Seeing the casters play each other was the cooler thing. I'd like to see more of that versus just like, well, we're just seeing the different comps, like in the lockout. Like it was like, all right, well, here's this comp now, here's this comp now, here's this one. It's like, well, that's just a regular thing.
I would have rather seen that be like 3v3 lockout.
Yeah.
But you have to rotate more players in and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know,
do something
you have
along
three
those
people
lines.
go up, now the next three are up, and it's like, well, those are already locked out, so have fun.
Yeah. Or do some sort of actual 1v1 where it's a rotating hero. Something along those lines. But Pacific won the lockout elimination. Again, it really wasn't that much to write home about.
Yeah, it was neat, but
Yeah, it didn't need to be that big of a thing, I guess. But still nice to see them doing stuff other than just regular competitive Overwatch.
Absolutely. And then as for day 2, you were talking with me a little bit earlier about that. Why don't you go into that?
It was fun because everyone had to play. So it's kind of like Little League rules where every person has to at least play once. There was a lot of discussion with the coaches, like, oh, what did you do to prepare? And I think it was the Valiant's coach, Moon, who was like, nothing.
Nothing.
Didn't do any practice, didn't talk to anybody. Just, we're here, have fun.
Which I'm happy that both coaches were like that.
Yeah,
They were like,
everybody was like that. Like, oh, how'd you prepare for the 1v1s?
we didn't. It's supposed to be fun.
I played some Overwatch, but that was really it. Like, didn't really do anything crazy. But yeah, so they played all 5 maps just for fun, I think, more than anything. Pacific won the first one on Kings Row. It was 3-2. Pacific steamrolled them, really. Like, they just looked better than the Atlantic at that point in time. And then they subbed in for the All Valiant team for Game 2 on Rialto, which was nice to see Rialto because that's not an actual map in the league as of yet. It will be for next year, obviously, but that was kind of cool. And your boys... So moving on to Game 3.
Hey, what was that? I got something to do.
Yeah. You do your thing, man. You do your thing. Pride hurts, I know. No. So yeah, the Atlantic won the second game on Rialto, 3-2. Then we moved on to Horizon Lunar Colony. At this point, I've lost track of substitutions because they were just bringing so many people in and out, and
I think that was the fun of it, of just like a constant, like, nope, all right.
Every game there was like 3 or 4 people from each team being subbed out. It was just, you lose track. So I have no clue at this point who was playing. So Atlantic took Horizon 4-3, so they went into overtime for that one.
Okay.
They moved on to Ilios for the game-winning match, which Atlantic won 2-1, and then on to Route 66, where I think they just played it for fun. I don't remember. Where Atlantic won again 3-2. So it wasn't as competitive as we initially thought it was going to be. It was just fun. I mean, you saw people playing Torbs, you saw people playing Sims,
just for the heck of it.
People who are supports playing tanks, like just doing whatever and enjoying the time.
Yeah, and that was the whole point of the weekend as well. It was not like, let's show off, what they look like in the off season. It was literally like, no, we're just
do what you guys want, have fun.
This was a for the fans, for the players, the league. Just let's have fun. Screw it, and I like that they made it an actual event.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like some off thing.
I would have loved to have been there and actually
next year
enjoy it. Yeah, I know. Next year we got to go to a lot of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically it. And then they did some breakdown and talked to some players, I believe, after that, and everybody had a great time from what I could tell.
Yeah.
People were posting everything on social media. Everyone was laughing, having a good time. Gives the players a chance to actually intermingle amongst the other teams.
There was a lot of after party stuff I saw. Nothing crazy, but just like all of the players hanging out with all of the fans, like having fun. I know, like, I follow Valiant on my personal Instagram, and I know I see them post a lot of like, we're doing this with fans, we're doing that.
Wait, there were a lot of viewing parties. Like, I know the Valiant had one, Fuel had one, I think the Outlaws had one. I imagine more teams had one that I just didn't notice, but it was a chance to come meet up as fans, see some probably of the other players on, say, Fuel who didn't make the roster. I know merch sales were happening. Like, just good events like that, even bolstering the All-Star game more.
Yeah, they were official jerseys, like, on the store, obviously, but the not true jersey ones, I can't think of the right word for it because I'm an idiot. They were on sale. They were like half off.
Like the shirt jersey type of thing?
Kind of, yeah. Like, not the ones that we had, but like the one under it.
Oh, without the names?
No, I gotta find.
Yeah, I have no clue what you're talking about. Like, I know a lot. There's some stuff on sale, and then you could see through like Dallas Field's Instagram and stuff like that they had a merch table set up where you could buy. They probably have their own types of merch. Like, I know London has. Yeah, it's cool to see that the communities of those teams are getting together and having fun. Like, I'm a part of the Dallas Fuel subreddit. Like, there's now subreddits for all these teams and the league in general and just professional competitive Overwatch. So it's nice to see each little section kind of come together and have fun, get together, get to know people, and then meet people, have a good time. And I think the All-Star game really helped bolster that.
Absolutely, this is something that I think did the league a lot of good, because it ended on a very high like community note by doing that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I could definitely see next year they have like watch parties for like when that team is playing type of thing. Like rent out a movie theater or something. Like
Yeah,
an
and
area.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
The jerseys I was talking about is the starting home jerseys were half off, and the authentic ones were regular price, which they've gone up in price.
I think they're like 70 when we got them or something like that.
They are 85 now. At least Dallas is.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, the starter jerseys are half off, and the I guess authentic ones are full price.
Well, if you need some merch, now's the time,
Again,
I guess.
There is the link to that.
Noise.
So honestly, I think it may pick up like the cheaper ones, the $30 ones.
Yeah, to be honest, I might grab like a London cheap one or something like that.
London and like a Shanghai. Well, we were talking about that.
There's like this fancy. I'm looking at it now. There's this fancy like performance jacket that's normally 120. That's $42 now.
Yeah, no, that's super
nuts.
worth it just in the deal.
Yeah, just to have like it's a nice little zip up jacket. It looks like it has a hood or something on it. That's crazy. Yeah, I might have to go through and pick up a little bit of merch.
I mean, that's
support the league.
Yeah, and that's more than half off. So like, for you thrifty viewers out there.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's still the inaugural season stuff. So now is the time to hop on this before we lose that.
Yeah, it's gonna be happening quick. They're probably just gonna get rid of old inventory.
Yeah, you're going to see that go on sale, and I guarantee season 2 you will not find inaugural season at all, even in clearance. Maybe at the event, like one of those, like we still have the boxes of it, but like that's about
it. No, definitely get on that now if you want to be a part of that, because that's one of the reasons I know both you and I really wanted to get a jersey was to have the inaugural season patch
right on the side, like, and it's not a patch; it's literally part of the shirt.
Yeah.
Part of the design, like in the bottom corner, that's just like inaugural season. It's like I wanted that.
Yeah, just so we have that. It's like, yeah, we were a part from the beginning.
Yeah. So, but on that note, I think we've talked about a little bit in our regular streams. Mondays will be gameplay, going into the future, and then Tuesdays will be stuff like this. Dependent on the content that comes out for the league will depend for now until the regular season starts, or even the preseason. You guys know what I mean. What we do on our Tuesdays. So now that the All-Star weekend is over, and we don't know anything yet about any kind of signs, any kind of contracts, anything like that, we're most likely going to be on our Tuesdays will be gameplay as well, just to continue to keep you guys here and interact with you guys through the off season. But as soon as the regular season picks up again, and I mean that is the whole thing, preseason, all that, whatever.
Yeah.
Then our Tuesdays will then stick to this format, the regular podcast
format.
Yes, that's when you will see this firmly stick to it, just because there will be the content to talk about. We have 2 days worth of games to go over with all the teams playing, so we'll have a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, and then you'll see. So it'll be on PS4 for a couple weeks more, and then once Ken finally builds his PC,
almost there. I'm so excited.
The struggle to competitive will become real again.
Yes. But you will see a nicer jump in quality when we do jump to PC to play Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
I have been streaming it on my 4. It works. 540p in 2018 is an insult to my being, but whatever. We don't get all
the job done.
It does.
Doesn't do it well, but it does it.
Yes. So, in the future, you'll see that We will work out some of the other kinks as well. And if there's anything that you guys notice throughout the week that you want us to go over, you want us to look at, hit us up on any of the social medias. We have the Instagram, the Twitter, Facebook, and all of our Instagram posts. Both of our personal Instagrams are tagged, so if you want to send it to us there, you can as well.
Yeah, everything's down in the bottom description underneath the actual video you're watching.
Yes, it's the.
Looks like it's Shanghai.
The Shanghai. I forgot I updated it. So the Shanghai logo, click on that, and you'll be able to go to all of the stuff. So, anything else you'd like to say, Don?
No. Unfortunately, we're officially done with the first season of the Overwatch League.
Rip.
Yeah, you will not be forgotten. Come back next week for more wonderful gameplay.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about competitive. It's just kind of quick.
Yeah, it's fun. Now just enjoy until the next season
skin.
starts. Yeah, that's what we're really going to be focusing on, is getting the new sprays, new skin, waiting for the new map to come out. Maybe that's what we could do when you get your PC built. We can go play Busan on the PTR.
That would be fun. Yeah, definitely.
But that's for another day.
Yes, we will talk about that and let you guys know in the future what we're doing. So.
Yeah,
But
keep up on social media with us and you'll be in the know.
thank you all again for coming. Thank you for coming back to the regular podcast.
Thank you.
You know, some of you are enjoying the regular gameplay. Like I said, Mondays will always be regular gameplay unless some act of God happens. Tuesdays throughout the year are going to be split when the season's going on of podcast, and the off season, unless there's huge breaking news, will be more gameplay as well.
Yeah, we'll try to keep up with the news on Tuesdays, even if we are playing Overwatch, just so we at least get that out there, that you know, that we know about it, and try to start some discussion on that until we get enough stuff to actually create a podcast.
Absolutely. So, well, thank you all again. We will see you Monday, because it's Tuesday and I forgot what day it was. We will see you Monday. And thank you again.
Yeah.
You guys are great.
Thanks for stopping by. Bye, everybody.
Bye. I love you. Goodbye. Goodbye.